skip ahead a few minutes. We'll get started in just a minute. Whoops. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Come in, come in. We're going to get started in just come in and get comfortable. This is your weekly Tarotscope. This is where we are going to uncover what is coming up for the week ahead. Good morning. How was everybody's weekend? Good, I hope. I'll move this over in just a minute. I don't want to block the messages. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Miss Sandy. Hey, Elizabeth and Jennifer. Like I said, I hope you all had a great weekend. We had a great weekend. I'll have to tell you all about what happened yesterday in a little bit, but I want to let everybody get here so we can get started. Consumed by work, but getting a few days rest. Okay. Sometimes it's a good problem to have. You got your deck, the crystal deck? The plane on Friday was good. It was good. We didn't have any delays, except the technical issues were not with the plane. It was with when we got there to the tournament site, they were having computer issues. So yeah, I had a great trip. So I want to tell you all right quick, this is how the universe works, right? So when we got to our location on Friday, like I said, we had a little bit of technical issues with the computer because my son is in esports and he was doing a tournament, right? And they had some major problems. Well, if the computers aren't working, then that's a big problem, right? Because they have to play the games on the computers. Well, they got that figured out. Then on Saturday, we found out that instead of the tournament ending on Sunday, it was going to end on Saturday because they were doing it faster than expected. And I was like, oh, well, that's awesome because I booked a flight for Sunday evening, right? And I was like, okay, we're going to figure this out. No worries, because we didn't want to stay there all day, right? Well, to change the flight, it was going to cost like a few $100s. And I was like, seriously, that's ridiculous. You know, it's not like you can't afford it, but it's the principle of the situation, right? Same day, just change the flight. Well, come to find out, I was able to get on standby for an earlier flight. I was checking and there was plenty of space. We were first in line, whatever. So we wound up getting chosen to be on standby for the earlier flight. And then as the evening was going on, I was still getting updates for the later flight. The later flight got pushed back to like 10 or 11 p.m. takeoff, and it didn't land. My mom told me this morning, didn't land until midnight last night. So the universe was moving for us, right? So it could be disappointing that the tournament ended early. However, the universe can see things that we can't see. So you just kind of go with the flow and you expect that, okay, well, everything's going to work out. No worries, right? And that's just how the universe works. You were lucky. Yeah, I mean, you can consider that lucky for sure. But that's the thing. Remember how I tell y'all, luck isn't really a thing. Alignment is. And surrender is. So yeah, it's exciting. You missed book group last week? That's okay. So did I. I had so much going on to get ready for the weekend that I wasn't able to make it. Yeah, the weather was definitely affecting the flights. It's crazy. Okay, so Welcome to your weekly Tarotscope. Okay, like I said, this is where we are going to uncover the energy of the week ahead. We're going to see what's in store for us. We're going to see how we can utilize this energy to our benefit, right? How we can use it for the embodiment of our journey, right? But first, we're going to clear out and rebalance the heart chakra. Remember, the heart chakra is the connection from the divine to our like human self. Okay, we want to make sure that's clear. We want to make sure it's nice and balanced, and we always want to lead with love. It's not always easy, right? Because sometimes people piss you off. But when you lead with love and you lead with surrender, then magical things happen. Okay, so as we are listening to the bowl sing, it takes just a few seconds. Just relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just breathe. Okay, that's all you need to do is just breathe and relax and listen to the vibration. Take nice deep breaths, and as you're breathing in, I want you to pick up all the heaviness and then blow out all the pain, fear, anxiety, stress, worry, whatever it may be. Okay, and as you're breathing in, you can also breathe in the divine light, right? Love, peace, balance, all of that. All right, here we go. Nice deep breaths. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all the fear, the heaviness, the anxiety. Now blow it out quickly. Let it out. Okay? There we go. Much better. All right, so now we're going to get our blessing for the week. This is our overall blessing for the entire week. It kind of gives us this theme of support. And then y'all are going to pick the deck that I use, okay? So here we go. What is our fairy blessing for this week? What is our fairy blessing for this week? Ooh, our blessing of the trooping fae. Look at that. We're going to read and see what that has to say. It is number 31. Let's see. The fairy gift of finding your purpose and walking your path. I love that. There are fairies that dwell in one place all their long lives, caring and protecting the guardians and the watchers. And there are fairies that move on the old paths along the ley lines, dragon lines, energy paths of the planet. These fairies walk these lines each solar return, clearing and cleansing energy, knowing where they must go and what they must do. With this card, they offer you their gift, that of knowing which path you need to walk and what you must do and where you must go. May there be no more confusion about your purpose. May each step this day feel filled with an inner calling and mission. May you feel the energy rising up from below the earth to meet you and support you, and may you know that your every footstep is a ritual, an act of offering to the planet. Let there be a simple, deep knowing that everything you do this day has purpose and meaning. And let fulfillment come to you in the places where you have felt empty and unsure. Let this blessing of the wanderers, the trooping fairies who keep the ways of the energy alive in the world, come to you this day and give you a true sense of your life and your every footstep being valuable. So this is telling you, your journey is important, right? And this is why we always talk about moving with intention. If you're not moving with intention, then you're letting outside sources dictate where you're going to go, like make you anxious, make you angry, make you fearful, all of that, right? But when you move with intention, you start to see alignment. You start to see things magically happening in your life, okay? And this is telling you that you have the support of moving through your purpose, towards your purpose, whatever that may be, right? I've always said your purpose is to exist on this planet, right? That's step number one. And then step number two is for you to follow your passion, whatever lights you up and whatever is like pulling at you, because there's something for everybody that pulls at them. And a lot of people, well, I just don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my passion is. It's because you've let outside forces keep you from exploring that, right? Expectations of other people, fear of what other people are going to think, do, or say, and it keeps you stuck. Okay, it takes away that wonderment, that passion, that fire. Okay, so whenever you start moving with your own intention, for example, every day you get up with the mindset of the person of who you know you are to be. Okay, so you might need to like shed this old self. So you have to do things differently than what the old self would do. You have to do what the new self would do. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments. So this is telling you, you have that blessing this week of stepping into that path with strength, with dignity, with grace, with power, with love, all of those things. And you're getting that help and that guidance, okay? Is that making sense? Oh, and right quick, for those of you who missed the opportunity to be a founding member in the Quantum Master Academy, I haven't switched it over just yet. So if you forgot, you better hurry up and do it now, because as soon as I get off this live, I'm turning that off. Just letting you know, because I'm somebody who likes to look out for you. I'll tell you these things. However, I will not go back to the founding member offer ever. This is your only time. Okay, so if you want to be in there, get it now while we're on this live. You could do it right quick, because after the live, I'm changing it. It's going to its original rate. Okay. You were in that place, but not this year. Good for you. Yes, especially in a 9-year. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got in last week? Awesome, Jessica. Awesome. Who else forgot to get in but needs to jump in this morning? Let me know. Like I said, you can get in now, but as soon as I get off of this live, I'm turning it back to the original rate, and you will never see the founding member offer again. Okay? All right, so which tarot deck do you want me to use? Deck 1, Red Fairy Tarot. Deck 2, Original Rider-Waite Tarot. Please choose only once in the comments. Excuse me, got something in my throat. Please only vote once in the comments so we can keep track. Deck 1 or Deck 2? Let me know which one. Take your pick. It looks like YouTube, it looks like the new setting is working. We don't have trolls coming in now. Yay! Oh, it's kind of mixed on TikTok. 2s are getting it on YouTube. Deck 1 or Deck 2? We have 7 wands, okay. Well, YouTube, I know y'all are voting too, but it looks like you're getting outweighed by TikTok. Ones are getting it, which is this one. Yes, Red Fairy is 1. 5 votes are 2. We have like 7, 8, 9 for 1. Okay, we're going to use 1. Sorry, YouTube, you didn't break the tie this time. I almost forgot a card. Okay, let's see what is coming up for us this week. Remember, we're only doing the weekly Tarotscope on Mondays now, so I'm going to read for the whole week. Let's see. What do we need to know this week? What are our messages? I'm going to pull 1 card for each day. When you're doing tarot readings, you always want to set the intention of what cards you're going to pull or what spread you're going to use, what you're wanting to uncover. That way the universe knows and it gets the deck in alignment for you, okay? All right, let's see. What are our messages for this week? All right, what is our message or energy for today? We have the Hanged Man. Okay. So when we have the Hanged Man, this is talking about things might feel at a standstill today, might feel like today kind of drags on. However, there might be a situation that's happening that you need to be able to see it from a different perspective. Okay, from an enlightened perspective. Remember how earlier I said we should all be leading with love? Sometimes it's hard because people are assholes, but the Hanged Man has to sit there. It's like an initiation. It's a spiritual initiation, okay? The Hanged Man has to stay here until they get it. Do you understand? Like you keep going through these situations, or you feel like you're getting stuck in a situation. Well, that's because the Hanged Man is a type of like an archetype. It's like a chapter for you. And you have to stay there, or you're going to stay there until you get it, until you have the aha moment, until you see it from the enlightened perspective. And then you're like, oh, then you can get down off the tree and you can move forward, okay? The Hanged Man has to make sacrifices in life. Sacrifices will never be something that is meant for you. Okay? It'll never be something that harms you. You'll have to probably let go of things that are harming you. Does that make sense? So the Hanged Man is like, okay, well, let's chill and let's look at the situation from a higher perspective, from a spiritual perspective, because you're going through some sort of initiation today. And it's a big one. It's a big chapter of your life. Right? So you want to pay attention. You want to understand this. So again, for some of you, it might feel like things are just kind of moving slow, and the universe wants you to look around and say, why are things moving slow? What's going on here? Right? What are you seeing that you didn't see before? How are you moving? Are you staying stagnant, or are you actually moving in with intention? Okay? What do you need to sacrifice? What do you need to get rid of? What do you need to stop doing? How are you avoiding or ignoring your initiation? Okay. All right, let's look at Tuesday's energy. Tuesday, we have the Knight of Wands. Really good movement. Okay. So the Knight of Wands is like you're moving fast towards whatever it is that you feel like intuitively drawn to. Okay. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is connected to your spirituality. It's connected to your higher learning. So when the Knight of Wands is moving, he's like just going wherever he feels led to go, right? Because remember how I told you all in tarot class, he's here for a good time, not a long time. He wants to go experience things because that brings enlightenment. Now the low vibrational one is the one that's like reverse, saying, hey, I'm just here to party. I'm just here to get laid. I'm just here, this and that. But this Knight of Wands is like, I have to go. I have to experience this. I have to learn about this because this is what fulfills me. Okay? They want to expand their awareness. So I like that. So on Tuesday, if you feel drawn to take action on something, do it. Okay? If you feel like something is going to bring you enlightenment, do it. Check it out. Look at it from a spiritual perspective, not a human perspective, because the human perspective is very limited. Okay? You have to look from the spiritual perspective and say, you know what? I absolutely want to do this. I feel drawn to this. I feel like this is what I need to focus on now. Okay? All right, let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of action happening this week. So the Four of Swords in reverse is telling you to get off your butt and go get things done. You've rested, you've chilled out, you've overthought things, you've been through whatever it is, okay? For everybody's going to be different because this comes after the Three of Swords. What is the Three of Swords? The Three of Swords is heartbreak, pain, separation, okay? Just drama. Well, when the Four of Swords comes up direct, it's telling you, you know what? You need to rest. You need to chill. You need to like recover, okay? Because there is clarity coming. Well, here we have this clarity. So let's say Wednesday, there's a decision that needs to be made, or there's something that you're trying to plan or work on. You're going to have a clear mind, and it's telling you to get up and take action because whatever comes to mind is going to be kind of like a yes for you, okay? We had a lot of swords last week that were majors, and now, yeah, a lot about the mind. Yeah, and get up and go. Exactly. Get off your butt. And that's the thing, the reason why we start getting swords, like you're talking about Elizabeth, if I can speak, well, they're about speaking, but it's also about the mind. And the mind is what either gets you going or it keeps you stuck. Okay. The mind is easily fooled. So you have to be aware of what's going through the mind in order for you to be able to move forward. Okay. In order for you to make clear decisions, for you to align with the universe. Okay. All right, let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the Nine of Swords. Speaking of the mind. So there might be something going on Thursday that is causing you to overthink. Okay. You might have some crazy dreams. You might feel a little bit of stress and anxiety. There might be some planetary movements happening. I don't know. I haven't looked that far ahead. But the Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, and insomnia. Okay. Now listen, this is a minor arcana, so don't stress over this. Recognize it. Figure out why you're feeling this stress and anxiety. And if it's something that you can change, then change it. If it's something that you can't, relax and let the universe sort it out for you. If you recognize that there's no reason for you to feel this anxiety and stress, let it go. It does not belong to you. Okay? And if you have crazy dreams, pay attention to them. See how they're influencing or how they are reflecting your everyday life or reflecting your subconscious. Okay? Gonna make that move. Hopefully the application gets approved. Good for you. Thank you for the help in the comments. I don't understand why people jump in here and start asking for readings. Okay. Clearly it says collective tarot reading. I mean, I know my head's in the way, but still. All right, let's look at Friday. Friday, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Now, when the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, it could indicate that there is something, it can go either way for you. Okay, number one, it might indicate that you are kind of like in the over perfection mode to where it's keeping you stagnant. I feel like it might be three ways. See where you fit, okay? So number one, over perfection. It's kind of like, I can't start because this and this and this hasn't happened. Or this has to be perfect. It has to be da-da-da-da. And the universe is like, seriously? Like, get over yourself. Nothing is ever perfect. Just go. Okay? Number two, it could indicate that maybe you need to take a break from something you're working on. You don't want to get burned out. Maybe you're doing this and this and this week, and then Thursday you start receiving that or feeling that anxiety, stressing yourself out, burnout, and then Friday it's like, hey, take a break for a second. Okay, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're working on like a major project, maybe you need to take a break if you've been working on it all week. Okay, also, there could be a situation where you experience, you have some sort of experience where it's showing you where you need to work on the self, where you haven't been working on yourself. Okay, because the Eight of Pentacles you're working on something physical. So it's going to be self-improvement. It's going to be a project. It's going to be a career, whatever this may be. It's about you. Okay, so see where that falls in for you or where you fall in those descriptions and apply that. All right, let's look at Saturday. We have the moon in reverse on Saturday. Another major arcana on the weekend. Interesting. So when the moon is in reverse, there could be some sort of, again, could be crazy dreams. It could be something is revealed here. Something that was from the subconscious that is revealed. It could be through a dream, okay? It could be something that makes you feel emotional. You know, sometimes we just have emotional days where we're just like, you know what? I'm a little bit pissed off or I'm a little bit emotional. I need to just take a break or like rein it back, okay? But when the moon shows up as a major arcana, right? This is a major chapter. Your subconscious is telling you something here, okay? Your subconscious wants you to shine light on what's going on inside so you understand why you do the things that you do, why life is the way it is. And it's like, hey, look at this. This is the reason why, and you can change it. And it's not always fun. It's not always easy, but the moon is like, look, I got you. Don't worry, okay? So when it's like this, it's like something's hidden underneath, Okay, something's hidden in the dark. Here it's something being revealed, and it can be something emotional. It could be like you get some major psychic message and it's telling you, listen to it. Okay? Irons in the fire for sure. May need a diamond art break for me. Oh, yes, that sounds fun. Okay, let's look at Sunday. Sunday, we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I feel like we've got some sort of chain reaction happening here. Okay, the 9 of Wands, whenever it's reversed, it's like letting your guard down, but it also can be connected to an old situation to where it's like you're weak when it comes to that person, or you're weak when it comes to that experience. So for me, I always joke about how I have no willpower when it comes to food because I love to eat. And I recognize that. And I have to be like, okay, Erica, you know, this decision is going to affect you in the future, so let's not. Okay? So the 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. So it can be either you decide to let things go and you're watching out for yourself and you're doing things for yourself, or it could be that you are weak to a situation and you let your guard down and it just hits you again. So you're going to have to pay attention to see how that affects you in your own life. Like, where do you fall into those descriptions? Okay. So on Thursday, that's why I said it looks like it might be a chain reaction. On Thursday, we have anxiety, we have insomnia, we have stress. And then Friday, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Like, I just can't do anything. I just, you know, nothing's perfect, nothing's working, blah, blah, blah. Saturday, we have the moon in reverse and everything just feels like it's overwhelming. And then Sunday, we're just like, oh, I just can't do this. Okay. So you can change this energy. You can say, okay, 9 of Swords, I'm stressing over something that doesn't need to be stressed about. And number 1, I can't change it. Number 2, if I can change it, I'm going to. Number 3, it's not mine, so I'm going to let it go. Okay. Those are 3 options you have. Then we move into Friday. Do I need to take a break? Am I burning myself out? Or is there something that I do need to work on that I haven't been working on? And the universe continuously tells me that. Then Saturday, something is being revealed, okay? And it could be connected to emotions. It could be you trying to connect to your psychic side. And it's like, are you paying attention? Are you listening? Are you looking at your dreams and saying, hey, what is this telling me about my subconscious? What do I know to be true that is causing me distress? And then Sunday, you can let your guard down and let go of the things that you've been hanging on to for so long, or you're going to realize that something is about to come back and bite you in the ass. Okay? Hey, Miss Jamie. Does that make sense? Look, we have the King of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's the energy hiding underneath, okay? The King of Wands is a leader. Like we have the Knight of Wands here, right? He's the step up. Well, it'd be Queen and then the King. The King of Wands is a leader. The King of Wands is very intuitive. However, he can get so burned out and so bitter about life that he gives up. So you have to decide, am I going to do that? Am I going to get so frustrated? Because here you have the opportunity to see things from a different perspective. It's telling you your perspective determines your future. So you decide, are you going to give up? Are you going to keep going? Are you going to follow that intuition? Or are you going to continue to worry about other people in your life that might say something negative or judge you? Like, who cares? Okay? All right. Off my soapbox for a second. Let's see. What else do we need to know? And again, we have that blessing of the trooping fae, which is talking about your journey. You know, you have these fairies, these energies, whatever you choose to view it as. You don't have to view it as fairies. You can view it as your spirit guides, the universe. It's all energy, right? And this is telling you that you have somebody, some energy, some force helping you and walking on this path with you, kind of like maybe going ahead to make sure everything's okay for you, like clearing the way. But you have to walk. You have to go. Otherwise, you're just going to stay still. And the energy is just going to keep moving without you. That's why whenever people are on the fence about, like, if they want to join my Quantum Master Academy or something like that, I'm like, hey, you can jump in and join us, or you can sit on the sidelines. Either way, we're going. So we're going to go with or without you. That's up to you. I'm going silently to Florida because family is negative. Hey, whatever you got to do. All right, let's see what else we need to know this week. We have magic prayer, but it's in reverse. I don't know if we've ever pulled this one, so let's find out. It's number 32. Interesting how our fairy blessing is 31, and now this one is 32. Well, what is 3? 3 is creation, it's communication, it's the masculine and feminine coming together to create something. So this is like you balancing your masculine and feminine energies, and your journey unfolds in front of you, right? But when it's in reverse, you're letting one or the other take over, okay? So let's look at number 32. Whoops. And if you're new to tarot and oracle, you absolutely can read out of your oracle books because they give you great messages. Tarot, you need to memorize because it's like a language. Oracle is kind of like you see, what you see is what you get, okay? All right, so reversed. Self-will that goes unchecked can bring difficulties. It's almost like we've been talking about this. Reversed, the magic prayer card is a sign that you mistakenly believe that your way is the only one. Could the path you're on be leading you to a place of regret, or could you be pursuing something that just isn't good for you? If so, you may be facing a painful lesson and a lonely one too. Perhaps it's time to pray and meditate on your highest good and the highest good of all. Spirit may have other plans for you. Be assured that they will be better than any you could ever dream up, right? So this is what it's saying when it's asking, you know, is the plan that you have like causing you issues, right? Because we try to figure it out in our brain. We say, okay, well, I want to experience this. So in order to experience this, this and this and this is going to have to happen, but I don't see how this and this and this is going to happen because this and this and this, and you start going in like overload. And the universe is like, if you just chill and shut up, like we can help you figure things out and you can experience something beyond your imagination, right? Excuse me. So recognize that you don't know everything. You can't see everything. And this is why we have the Hanged Man and tarot that tells us that. It's like, hey, allow yourself to be able to see above whatever it is that you're experiencing here. Remember how I say when you have a problem, you need to back it up and view it from that higher standpoint? That's what the universe is trying to get you to do. It's like, hey, step back, breathe, and look at this from a higher perspective. Understand that you are never alone. We are here to help you. We will guide you the entire way, okay? She said, rude. How dare that card tell me what I don't want to hear? I know. The cards will call you out every time. Oh, shoot. Hang on. And that's what I was talking about earlier, you know, with the flight situation that we had. When we realized that the tournament was ending earlier, and I was like, oh gosh, you know, now it's going to have me pay, you know, hundreds of dollars to change our flight, blah, blah, blah. And something told me, just wait until Sunday and let's see what happens. So I went to go look again on Sunday and it's like, hey, you can get on standby. There's like 14 seats available. And we were the first on the list. So when we got to the universe, when I got to the airport, I mean, hey, whatever, checked in, she printed off our passes. She's like, yeah, you're good. And then it wound up being a full flight. So the universe will always make a way for you that is better. Okay. I didn't have to pay extra money. I was like, cool, works for me. You guys, if you want a personal reading, please go to the link in my bio and book your reading. As you can see, this is a general collective reading. So yeah, it's not very polite to expect people to just read for you when you come and post a comment, okay? Oh, sorry, Elizabeth, give me 1 second. Which card did you want me to show? Whoop. If you're worrying about somebody texting you and all that stuff, you're in the wrong place in life. So Yeah. You don't need a tarot reading to tell you that. You need to work on yourself, okay? The last one, this one. Is that the one? Cool. All right, let's see. We do definitely have a lot of blue showing up. What is blue? Connected to the throat chakra, okay? Blue is also a very healing color, okay? This is why you see it a lot in the hospitals. So this is telling you that you know, when you speak your truth, you're healing a part of yourself. You're healing part of your lineage, right? Because we carry that energy throughout our bodies from our parents, from our grandparents, so on and so forth, okay? So as I need to clear my throat, whenever you speak your truth, you're clearing some of that out. Whenever you are healing part of yourself, like I said, you're healing part of your lineage and you're opening doors for yourself. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did chop the hair off. Where have you been? Thank you. Yeah, I'm growing the silver back out. So I figured if I just cut it off, it'll take less time to grow out. Look at that. We have door to romance, but it's in reverse. Uh-oh. Okay. Which is interesting because somebody's, you know, commenting, will they text me? Do they like me? Da, 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 da. Right? Well, this is potentially telling you, look, you don't need to focus on romance right now. You need to focus on yourself. Okay. But we're going to read this out of the book. It's number 33. There's that 3 again. So we have 31, 32, 33. So far, we're going in order. What is 33? Do y'all remember? Got to romance yourself. Exactly. Okay. Whoops. Reversed. This card reversed indicates a delay or disappointment where love is concerned. In a present relationship, it could also be a sign of distance or separation. For some, the door to love may seem to have been shut for a long time, but the energetic universe is always in a state of flow or flux. Knowing this, you can work on making changes in your daily life that will bring more love into your experience. Remember, we were talking about that. Like, you have to live intentionally. You have to do the things that your true self would do naturally. Okay. It's not easy to start making those new habits right away because, I mean, we're habitual creatures. Okay. So you have to intentionally make the new habit. You have to intentionally get up and do the thing. Right. So if you're looking for love, you got to do things that love yourself first. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be loving. Remember to make yourself and your own happiness a priority. Well, there we go. Encourage yourself and always acknowledge how valuable and deserving you are of receiving your own love and that of others. Such choices in your attitude and self-treatment will shift any old energy of self-dismissal, changing your core consciousness and all that you attract. So tell the universe you're ready for real love because you're finally willing to give it to yourself. That's how you communicate with the universe, is by doing things for yourself, by being your authentic self, not your programmed self, your authentic self. There's a difference, big difference, okay? 33, master number. Good. Yeah, working out and doing that thing. Yeah, 33 is the master healer. Yeah, Jamie's got it. Master teacher and healer, yeah. Whenever they look at master numbers, they always reference Jesus when we look at number 33 because he was a master teacher and healer and he was 33, right? So it's like you have the same energy, you have the same capabilities of healing yourself, healing others, doing all these things. But you have to live with intention. You have to walk the walk. You can't just say, oh, I'm spiritual and this and this and that. And then you go back and you do the same old mundane crap. It doesn't work. You can't lie to the universe. The universe always knows. That's why the cards always know. What projects do we do other than color, ground, walk, nature, read, etc.? I mean, whatever you want. Whatever you want to do, whatever brings you that joy and passion. I mean, yeah, really. Let's see, what else? What else do we need to know this week? Turn the page. Embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the way to wisdom. Higher wisdom. Explore options. Learn what you can and expand your horizons. Is that not what we're doing here? Okay. The first 2 days, especially this week, are great for learning something new or getting started on that journey. Okay. If you have not, like if you're not learning new things all the time, then you're going to be stagnant. Okay, you're just going to live the Groundhog Day over and over again. You always want to be learning. You always want to be having new experiences, not as like something stressful, but something that you are curious about, something that you enjoy. Why not? Right? Why live the same humdrum life day in and day out? I mean, that's your own personal hell right there. Let's do this one. Jupiter is about to move into my 9th house of higher learning. Nice. It's about to move into my 4th house. So, all right, let's see. What else do we need to know this week? And like I said, for those of you who just joined, the founding member for the Quantum Master Academy, the founding member option closed last night. However, I haven't had time this morning to change it on my website. So if you want to take advantage of that, you better do it now, because as soon as I get off this live, I'm changing it to the regular rate. Okay. So it's going from $99 to $249. Just letting you know. Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't come crying to me because you procrastinated for too long. Get it done. All right. Let's see what else. Wouldn't that be funny if 34 pops up? What else do we need to know? We have flow 21, which is also a 3. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So look at this. Everything has a representation in tarot and oracle, okay? So we have the birds here, which represent the mind and being able to see things from a higher perspective, okay? We have the willow here that represents going with the flow of the breeze, as well as the water. The water are emotions. The water is psychic energy. It's healing energy as well, okay? And this water, like you can't contain the water. It's always going to find a way. So this is representative of spirit always finds a way when you're in the flow. But you can't be rigid, right? You can't be rigid here. And we have these also can represent the fall time, which is surrender, because the trees lose their leaves in the fall, right? It goes down to the base of the tree, breaks down, and gives the tree the nutrients that it needs for the winter, and then it springs into like a massive tree in springtime. Okay, you get the gist. I get tongue-tied. So anywho, when we have flow happening, we have 2, which is that feminine energy, which is that balanced energy. Think about being on a raft in the river, right? We have the flow, and 1 is new creation. It's God source energy. It is the self. Okay. And it's you are deciding to be in this flow. You are deciding to be in this balanced nature. And then it comes together as 3. Well, when you do that, you start to see manifestations. Got it? But you got to look at things from that higher perspective. You have to understand how the mind can be utilized. Instead of the mind controlling you, you control the mind and you start to create. Let's do this one. I haven't done this one in a while. All right. Thank you. So great advice. All right, what else do we need to know? It's nice and quiet on YouTube without the trolls, isn't it? We had one pop in. See, what I did with the chat is they have to be a subscriber, and if they subscribe, they have to wait like 3 minutes in order to be able to comment something. So we had one person get through, but that was it. Yay. Can you ask about the membership? How often do you meet, or is it self-study? So you have two options with the Quantum Master Academy, okay? So let me explain to you right quick how it works, because I do have people that email me asking me questions. So hopefully y'all are on here and you see this, okay? So right now, you can get in as a founding member until I change it after the live, right? As a founding member, and as you're getting in right now, you get immediate access to my Tarot Apprenticeship module. So what it does is it drips content to you, so you learn at a structured pace, okay? So you go through the first one and you have homework. Your first homework is gonna be to connect to your deck, and then after that, then it'll unlock, and you'll start going through more modules, and they'll unlock at certain intervals, because that way you can practice in between. Now, the Quantum Master Academy for 2026 officially kicks off on January 6th. We will have like a little kickoff live event on January 6th, where we're all gonna, even if you've already started the Tarot Apprenticeship, we're all gonna start from square one and go through it together, okay? We will meet together twice a month on live within the platform. You don't have to go on Zoom, you don't have to go on YouTube. It's within the platform where your content, where your structured content is, okay? It's circle.so. So anywho, we will go through each module together, and once you're finished, you can get your certification, provided you pass all the quizzes with an 80% or more, and you've completed the module, okay? And I also like to see that you have attended the lives, because in the lives, you're gonna get more practice time, you're gonna be able to ask questions. It's just gonna be a lot easier, because you get to go through the content at your own pace instead of having to show up every week. You can go at your own pace, and then when we get together, we can talk about everything, we can practice, we can do all those things, right? So we will go through each module together. Now, this is gonna take about 1.5 to 2 years to get through all of the modules, because you have opportunity to receive up to 8 certifications in all the different modalities. The modalities that I and the other ladies are teaching you are everything that I've used to become a well-rounded and successful spiritual practitioner. Okay, I'm also going to teach you how to set up your spiritual business, but you have to go through the modalities and get your certifications first. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the entire journey, and we're going to go together, and it's going to be a nice flow for you. So that's why I was saying, if you haven't gotten in as a founding member now, I recommend you do it right now, because like I said, after I get off of here, I'm going to change it to its regular rate at $249, because I just got everything accredited. Okay, that's not easy to do, because I have to submit everything that I'm teaching, all of my materials, all of that stuff. I have to prove that I'm worthy of teaching, like I've done all my certifications and studying and everything. To be accredited means you can apply for insurance for your company and get insurance. It means that when you go, like if you want to do work with a business, you have this accredited status proving that you did the work, you studied, and you got your certification. Like anybody can go online and get a certification. Easy. That's why everybody calls themselves a coach, because you can go and spend a few hours and get a coaching certificate, and all of a sudden you're a coach. It's ridiculous, right? So when you're accredited, that proves that you have learned the material, and it holds a lot more weight. There is no other academy out there like the Quantum Master Academy. I've worked my ass off to make sure that I am teaching you everything that is going to, even if you don't want to do this as a business, it's going to be everything that will massively transform your life and put you in control of your life and connected to divine, okay? So if it feels aligned with you, go get in now. If not, okay. I mean, like I said before, we're going to go with or without you. That's your decision. You just got in? Awesome. Well, good. So, yeah. It's been lovely. Good. All right, all right. You're looking at getting accredited with me? I know, I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome. So is Maddie, so is Jamie. So yeah. Everything, look, you guys, everything we do is legit. And I hold everything to a high standard. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But yeah, like I said, we're going to go on this journey together. I'm not going to leave you alone. Now, you can go alone if you want to. There is a whole other path that you can go completely on your own. It will still drip the content to you, and you have to pass the quizzes to get your certifications. But that one will not be accredited because I'm not there with you. Does that make sense? There are certain standards that you have to uphold in order to have the accredited status. And if I'm not there with you, it doesn't hold the weight that I can give the accredited certification. So you can decide to go on your own or to go with us. It'll be a lot more fun if you go with us. So I can start now, and then in January I can go with the group. Yes. Yeah, you can start now with your tarot journey. I didn't want to make y'all wait. I wanted to allow y'all to have more time because tarot takes time for it to soak in. Believe me, it is not if you ever see anything that says learn tarot fast, I would run the other way, because tarot is not something you learn fast. Okay, it takes time, dedication, repetition, memorization, and your intuition unlocks, and you got to pay attention to that. I mean, there's a lot that goes with learning tarot. Okay, Oracle is so much easier. Like I said, it's what you see is what you get, but tarot is a whole language. So this is why I want us to go at a nice slow pace and learn together. And I'm telling you, you will evolve. And once you complete the Quantum Master Academy and get all your certifications, you can move into the alumni group. Okay? But we'll talk about that later down the line. You just joined the QMA? Awesome. You have a couple of decks. So you suggest one specifically? Yes. No, you're not interrupting. I'm happy to answer the questions. I mean, because I know a lot of people on here, may have questions. So I recommend we're going to learn through the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Okay. So make sure that you have that deck, because that is what most tarot decks are based off of. So if you can read the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, you can read any deck. I have so many back there. When I was teaching at the on the Spirit Heart Cruise, one of my colleagues, he was doing his class, and he was pointing out to everybody, he goes, I could hand any deck to Erica and she can read it. And I was like, it's true. Because when you learn the Rider-Waite Tarot system, you can read anything. And then the imagery will tell you additional things too. It reads your intuition picks up on it, right? So yeah, it's exciting. All right, let's see. What do we need to know? Let's see. Oh, you've been drawn to go back to the Rider-Waite. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it'll always call you back, because that is the original system. As far as, I mean, let's be honest, we have the Visconti Tarot, which I have right up here, which is like the oldest known deck that they have found. It's like an Italian deck. And so the Rider-Waite system is based off of that. Okay, so they made it to where it's easier to read, like you could be taught how to read tarot. Okay, it's not, let me tell you this too. Tarot is not just, oh, it's just your intuition. Just intuitively figure out what the cards mean. Please don't do that, because you're going to be so lost and you're going to give up. That's not what tarot is. Tarot is you learn the meanings of the cards, direct and reverse. You learn the symbology, you learn the numerology, you learn the astrology of the cards, and then your intuition is like the cherry on top. Okay, so when you're building the story, you'll see it all, and then your intuition will start kicking off, and it'll start telling you additional things. So yeah, it's fantastic. Oh, okay, so we have the turtle and the coriander, satisfaction, but it's in reverse. Okay. Why is everyone on reverse? I don't know what you mean. You'll have to clarify. Oh, hang on, I gotta verify myself. There we go. Okay, so we have the turtle and coriander in reverse. Let's see. It's number 31, which is the fairy blessing. There is something with threes, okay, with threes, not this, but threes this week. And we've explained it already, right? So let's pull that and let's see what we need to know. In reverse, beware of stagnation. It's almost like we've been talking about that too. While slow and steady might win the race, standing still gets you nowhere. Amen to that. I mean, there's a reason why this deck was calling to me, because it's telling you if you don't do what you're supposed to do or what you feel drawn to do, you will remain stagnant and you will remain miserable. That's hell. You know how they say like hell's like where you, beyond the fire and brimstone, it's like where they're like, you have to live out the same thing over and over again until you get it right. Well, that's life. Sorry, I have a piece of hair. That is life, because you have the choice to stay stagnant, living the same thing over and over again, which is your own personal hell, or you have the choice to move forward, to step out into your journey, to connect to your higher self, to the universe, to the divine, whatever you choose to call it. You have the choice to do that and get yourself out of your own personal hell. So yeah, this is why I never could have like just a normal office job, because it was the same thing over and over again. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Oh, they're asking why I read reverse cards. Yeah, so reverse cards have a whole meaning, like they're saying here in the comments. So here on YouTube, they asked why I have cards in reverse. It's because tarot especially needs to be read direct and reverse, because they have different meanings when they're direct, which is upright, or when they're reverse, which is they're upside down. Okay, if the reader is not reading reversals, I would be extremely skeptical of the reading, because most people, if you're going to read just direct, you would have to have like extremely strong knowledge of the tarot, intuition, psychic ability to know what is supposed to be in reverse. Okay, the Rider-Waite system is built upon reading direct and reverse meanings, because like I said, they have meanings when they're direct or reverse, and when they're next to different cards, that reversal or upright situation influences that card. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's tarot. Learning tarot is not a fast thing. It is not easy. It is not, oh, you just learn tarot fast or use this app and then. Okay, you need a guide, you need a mentor, you need practice, you need feedback, you need all of that. So yeah, that's a good question. His thought is slow, but always kind. I love that. He holds us all within his mind. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Look at that. There's number 34. I told you it would pop up. Occupation. What occupies your mind? What occupies your day? What is your occupation? That is funny. I knew 34 was going to show up somehow. Did you see how it flipped up in my hand? That's how you know that the card is meant to be seen. When you're shuffling nice and gently, when you're in the flow, then when the card flips up, you know it's meant to be seen. Don't follow these other social media readers where they're making cards fly. That is not true tarot or card reading, okay? So number 34, occupation. What occupies your mind? What occupies your day? What is your occupation? Okay. What are you constantly working on? What are you constantly focused on? What do you want to be your occupation? Yes, what you do frequently becomes your frequency. I love that. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's like what you constantly habitually do creates your future. I mean, it's literally like unfolding in front of you like a video game, right? So it's like if you continually go down this path, then you're going to get the same things that you've experienced over and over again. However, if you intentionally move differently, you get different opportunities, different experiences. Yeah, it's finally a new card, right, Marlo? Number 34, right? 3, we've talked about creation, right? The masculine and feminine coming together to create, right? Or it's like the baby, man, woman, baby. Okay, they both come together to create something. When we have number 3 with 4, 4 is logistics, it is intricacies, it's looking at the details, it's doing the thing over and over again. It's a very logical number. Okay, when we put it together, it becomes 7. 7 is a very spiritual number. So it's telling you what you're creating every single day, what you're doing every single day is creating your reality. Ta-da! See how that works? Let's do this one. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know this week? Oh, open your heart. But look at here, it's in reverse, okay? So it's telling you, remember how I was saying earlier, we got to lead with love. It's not always easy, right? But it's necessary. You got to open your heart because your heart could be very well closed off. Why? Because of past experiences. I mean, that's normal. But we don't want it to be your norm to where everything is closed off for you. Does that make sense? So we have to open the heart and let it lead the way. Your heart is psychic, if you didn't know. So it's number 14. 1, again, is you, God, source, energy, creation, something new. And 4 is something like you need to do daily. For example, like if you're in a 4-year, like your personal year is 4, then that's telling you that you're going to have a lot of work to do that year because you're setting yourself up for the next experience, which is 5. 5 is movement, it's change, it's all of those things, like a pivotal moment, okay? When we bring it, like I said, when we bring it together to the 5, it just creates this change, okay? So open your heart, lead with your heart. Jamie, I think they're just trying to disrupt the live. It's all right. All right, let's get our money message. Let's see. I constantly think about how I need to do better. Well, and give yourself grace, Marlo. Say, hey, okay, you know, how do I want my everyday to look? How do I create change so I can be in this ideal flow of who I am truly, who I want to be, or, you know, how I want my day to go. And you start making those little changes every time. And you're going to, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but at least you're going to eventually get to where you're just moving forward. You're in a 4-year. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Jamie, I think you're a, didn't you already, okay, you already got rid of it. Good. Okay, I'll say, I think you're a moderator on here, so you can get rid of inappropriate comments. All right. Let's see. What is our money message? I know, Marlo, but give yourself grace. You're deprogramming. It's okay. Believe me, I get it. All right, let's see. What is our money message? What is our money message for this week? Oh, we have science. Interesting. All right, there's 3 ways to resonate with this. This is your money message for this week, okay? Number 1, there is something unfolding for you. Work with an open mind. Imagine that. Are you able to do that? Will you let yourself do that? Number 2, consider careers in science or any job that unravels the mysteries of the universe. Hello, That's what we do here. Number 3, apply a scientific approach to your business or financial problem. Okay? So if there's an issue with your finances, what do? What do they do in science? They evaluate the situation, they analyze it, and then they make changes. Okay? Or they devise a plan and they see what is going on and how there's like cause and effect, right? So if you're making decisions that are like causing you to be poor, then what do you need to do differently? I mean, there's so many people out there like, I can't afford this, I can't do this and this and that. Well, why don't you look at your daily expenses? I bet you're mindlessly spending on things that you don't even realize that you're mindlessly spending on, and you don't need that. Okay? You can utilize that money or those finances elsewhere towards helping you grow or helping your finances grow. Okay? So be very aware of where your spending is, causing growth or delay or stagnation. All right, let's get the Rebel deck. If you're easily offended, this is the time to scroll away, because the Rebel deck will call you out, and sometimes it'll hurt your feelings. All right, let's see. What is our message for this week? What is our message for this week? Stop obsessing. Remember how I was talking about that? We have the 9 of Swords here. Okay? The 9 of Swords obsesses over things. Stop it. Says you're not the fucking center of the universe. So what that means is like, number one, people are so busy with their lives, they're really not that interested about what's going on in yours. And I don't mean to say that in a rude way. Think about your life. You're so focused on your life. Are you really focused on everybody's every single move and decision and all that stuff? No, you're focused on you. And if you are focused on other people, then that's a problem. Like, stop obsessing over celebrities and all this other crap. Like, who cares? Okay, they're humans just like us. Who cares? Stop focusing on other people, okay? But this is telling you, like, everything isn't happening to you. You're not being punished. Like, get in the flow with the universe. Be part of the universe. You're not the center. You are part of the universe. Okay? Your flow, your butterfly effect, it's a ripple in the universe. You are part of the universe. You're not the center. Does that make sense? Are you getting what I'm laying down here? Okay? Be part of it. Join us. And stop thinking that just stuff is happening and it's happening to you because it's punishing you or this and that. Like, no, people really aren't that obsessed with you. People are on their own journey, and you should be on your journey. And we should lead with love. We should connect to our higher selves and do the thing. And this is about you going on your path. This is about you being supported and seeing things from that higher perspective. Okay? So stop obsessing, stop worrying, stop doubting, and just do it. Life is an experience. Life is an adventure. Don't get to the end and think, man, I should have done that. Why did I waste so much time worrying about what other people thought? Why did I this and this and then that? Why? Why do that to yourself? Just do it. Do the thing that brings you joy. Do the things that, allow you to have these experiences and go on these adventures. It's life. That's what it's for. Okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you need anything, everything is TikTok. It's linked in my bio. YouTube, it's linked in my bio, but it's also linked down in the description. Get your butts into the founding members because I'm about to go change it right now. All right? If you haven't done it, you better beat me to it because I'm not changing it back. If you come crying to me, that's on you because I have warned you guys so many times. I can only do so much, okay? Because the founding members is such a discount to all of these accredited certifications that you can get, I cannot, in good conscience, for all the work and dedication that I put into this, I can't leave it at that rate, okay? I deserve to get paid for my hard work. We all deserve to get paid for our hard work. And yeah, it's going to be a fun adventure together, all right? So have a wonderful week. Mwah. I will see you next Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here. But yeah, if you need anything else, you can get into the tribe, you can get into the QMA, and if you need a personal reading, everything is linked in my bio, okay? I love you all, and I will see you then. Have a great week.